The Bering Sea, a place of stark, unforgiving beauty and danger. Its icy waters stretch endlessly, a vast wilderness where the line between fortune and disaster is razor thin. Here, nature reigns supreme, and every man who sets foot on these decks knows he's at the mercy of the elements. For a few frantic weeks each year, this remote expanse transforms into a battlefield for red king crab, red gold. The stakes are high and the rewards can be life-changing, but every dollar earned is soaked in sweat, risk, and sometimes blood. A single season can make or break a man, but the sea always demands a price. The promise of riches lures them back, year after year, but the threat of ruin is never far behind. Out here, luck can turn in an instant, and the cost of a mistake is measured in lives. Every pot is a victory, every crab a dollar sign, but the risk is your life. Each haul brings hope, but also danger. One wrong move, and the sea will claim its due. The men know this, yet they press on, driven by dreams of a big payday and the pride of surviving another season. On the FV Northern Fury, Captain Jake Anderson studies the weather charts with a furrowed brow. The screens flicker with warnings, and the air in the wheelhouse is thick with tension. Every decision he makes could mean the difference between triumph and tragedy. A monster storm is brewing. Forecasters call it the storm of the century. The barometer is dropping fast and the radio crackles with reports of hurricane-force winds. The crew braces themselves, knowing that what's coming could be the worst they've ever faced. Jake faces a choice: run for Dutch Harbor and safety, or risk everything for a massive haul. The crab are out there, but so is the storm. It's a gamble, and the stakes couldn't be higher. The crab are moving, and his pots are right in the storm's path. If they leave now, they lose their shot at a record catch. If they stay, they face the full fury of the Bering Sea. On deck, the crew works at a frantic pace. Every second counts as they race to haul in the gear before the worst of the storm hits. The wind howls, the deck pitches, and icy spray stings their faces. The winch groans as another steel pot is hauled over the rail. Each pot is heavy with hope or disappointment. The men shout over the roar of the sea, muscles straining, hands numb from cold and exhaustion. Greenhorn Leo Martinez struggles to keep his footing, awe and terror on his face. It's his first season, and the reality of the job is hitting hard. Every wave threatens to sweep him overboard, but he clings to the rail, determined to prove himself. Veterans like deck boss Sven Olsen move with practiced grace, but even they eye the horizon nervously. Years at sea have taught them respect for the ocean's power. They know that experience is no guarantee of safety. The sea is holding its breath. For a moment, everything is eerily still, the calm before the storm. The men steal a glance at one another, sharing a silent understanding of what's at stake. Jake's decision comes over the intercom, firm and resolute. His voice cuts through the tension, leaving no room for doubt.
We're not running. We ride this out and pull our gear. This is where we earn our money. If you want to be a crab fisherman, this is what it takes. Hold fast and watch each other's backs.
A mix of cheers and nervous grumbles rises from the deck. Some are fired up, ready to face the storm head-on. Others can't hide their fear, but all know there's no turning back now. Out here, the captain's word is law, but trust can't stop a 35-foot wave. The men look to Jake for leadership, but deep down they know that survival depends on each other. As the first tendrils of the storm whip across the deck, the real work begins. The wind screams, the sea rises, and the men steel themselves for what's to come. Every task is harder, every movement more dangerous. The Northern Fury turns into the rising swell, a speck of defiance against the coming tempest. The boat creaks and groans, but the crew stands ready, united by a single purpose: to bring home the catch no matter the cost. The pursuit of red gold has become a battle for survival. In the Bering Sea, every promise of riches comes with the threat of ruin, and tonight both hang in the balance. Captain Jake Anderson, fourth-generation fisherman, leads with quiet focus. The weight of legacy and responsibility is heavy. Every decision could mean life or death. Deck boss Sven Olsen is the enforcer, tough and demanding but fiercely loyal. He keeps chaos at bay and teaches greenhorns the rhythm of survival. Marco, the engineer, is the ship's heart surgeon, keeping the engine alive below deck. The crew rarely sees him, but their lives depend on his skill. Liam, the seasoned deckhand, uses humor to keep morale high. Leo, the greenhorn, is learning the brutal reality behind the dream. Each man has his reason: mortgages, families, debts, or the thrill of the chase. They are a band of brothers, bound by risk and a common goal. The storm explodes, sky turns violent, wind shrieks, and waves become 35-foot walls. The world outside is chaos, a furious symphony of nature's raw power. The air is thick with salt spray and the roar of the wind drowns out every other sound. It's as if the sea itself is alive, lashing out in anger, determined to swallow anything in its path. The northern fury is no longer riding the waves, it's being consumed by them. Each swell threatens to bury the vessel and the horizon disappears behind curtains of water. The boat shudders and groans, fighting to stay afloat as the ocean tries to pull it under. On the bridge, Jake fights to keep the bow pointed into the oncoming chaos. His hands are white-knuckled on the wheel, eyes locked on the next monstrous wave. Every decision is life or death, every second a test of skill and nerve. A single mistake could roll the vessel in an instant. There's no margin for error. One wrong move and the sea will claim the northern fury and everyone aboard.
Feels like we're in a tin can getting kicked down an alley. Every crash and bang rattles your bones. You can't hear yourself think, and the cold cuts right through you. Just gotta keep her straight and pray. Out here, luck and faith are sometimes all you have.
The boat groans with each impact, the hull flexing under the relentless assault. Every slam feels like it could be the last, as if the sea is testing the limits of steel and willpower. Water streams down the windows, blurring the world outside into a gray, swirling nightmare. Visibility drops to nothing, and the only thing you can see is the next wall of water coming for you. Down below, everything not bolted down becomes a projectile. Gear, tools, even personal belongings are tossed around like toys, adding to the chaos and danger. The crew wedges themselves into corners, bracing against the relentless motion. Every muscle aches from holding on, and every second feels like an eternity. The deck is a no-man's land. Tons of freezing water cascade over the rails, crab pots strain against chains, and ice coats every surface. The risk of being swept overboard is constant, and the cold bites through every layer. Every step is a gamble with death. One slip, and you could be gone in an instant, lost to the merciless sea. This is the Bering Sea at its most savage. Out here, survival is never guaranteed, and every storm is a battle between man and nature.
Secure those pots, move fast, don't let the wind get under them. Every second counts out here. If they break loose, they'll tear this boat apart. Those pots weigh hundreds of pounds. One wrong move and it's disaster.
Suddenly, a rogue wave slams into the side, snapping a tie-down chain with a deafening crack. The deck shudders as gear starts to break loose, turning the deck into a minefield. The crew, tethered by safety lines, moves with desperate urgency. Every step is a battle against the wind and ice, their boots slipping as they fight to keep the gear in place.
Liam, get the come-along now, we can't lose those pots. Marco, grab the spare chain, we need backup. Move!
Leo scrambles for the tool, slipping on the icy deck. His hands are numb, but he pushes forward, adrenaline surging as the storm howls around him. Another wave crashes, knocking him toward the rail. For a split second he's airborne, the sea threatening to claim him.
I got him. Hold on, Leo.
Liam lunges, grabbing Leo's slicker as his legs go over the side. The moment hangs in the balance. One slip, and Leo's gone. The safety line goes taut, straining under the weight, holding him back from the abyss. With Sven's help, they haul Leo back. No time for relief. The storm doesn't care. They have to keep moving, keep fighting.
Get up! The job's not done. We're not out of this yet. Everyone, back to your stations.
Survival is a verb. They fight to tame the steel beasts, every muscle straining as the wind screams and the sea rages. The storm tests their limits, but they refuse to break. Marco expertly wraps the new chain around the stack, his fingers raw but determined. Each link is a lifeline, holding chaos at bay.
That should hold. Tighten it down. Don't let up. Double check every knot.
Liam and Leo work the come-along, straining to secure the pots. Their arms ache, but they don't stop, driven by the need to survive. Every wave tries to tear them away, but they work as one. The storm is relentless, but so are they, united by grit and necessity. Finally, the pots are secure, a small victory in the heart of the storm. For now, they've beaten back the chaos, but the sea is never done testing them.
Man overboard, this is not a drill.
The voice over the intercom is sharp with panic.
On deck, heads whip around. Who is it? Where?
They see the orange life ring, Oscar, the emergency dummy, swept overboard by a wave.
It's a drill, but the fear is real. In these seas, survival is measured in minutes.
Spotter on the port side, get the throwing stick ready.
Liam scrambles to the rail, eyes fixed on the dummy.
The water is just above freezing. Hypothermia is instant.
Jake executes a Williamson turn, fighting the waves to circle back.
Leo and Marco ready the recovery hook, hands numb with cold.
They spot Oscar, Marco snags the harness, and together they haul the dummy aboard. They collapse, breathing hard, a sobering success. For Leo, the storm is a crucible. Every wave is a test. He came for adventure, but reality is brutal, cold, wet, exhausted, and afraid. He watches Sven's calm, Liam's humor, Marco's quiet competence. These men aren't fearless. They've learned to master fear. The turning point comes when the crew saves him from going overboard. In that moment, he's not just a greenhorn, he's one of them. Survival is about trust and teamwork.
Later in the galley, Sven claps Leo's shoulder. You did good out there, kid.
Leo smiles, still scared but changed. He's no longer just a passenger, he's part of the crew being forged into a fisherman. Lines removed 22.
The storm pauses, giving the crew a rare hour of calm.
On the bridge, Jake finally relaxes, sipping lukewarm coffee.
In the galley, Marco heats up stew. The men eat in silence, savoring the warmth.
Liam breaks the silence, joking with Leo about swimming back to Seattle. Laughter fills the galley, breaking the tension.
Leo grins, retorting, "Just checking the water temperature for you guys." Stories and jokes flow, a ritual to process the terror.
This respite, humor, camaraderie, a shared meal keeps them sane.
In these moments, they're not just crew, they're family. The peace is temporary, but for now, Leo feels a powerful sense of belonging. Lines removed, 19.
In the Bering Sea, you're utterly on your own. No quick rescue, no backup. Every trip is a wager, skill, and life against nature's fury. The house always has the advantage. The reward is great, but the risk is absolute. A moment's inattention can be fatal. These men accept risks most can't imagine for a shot at fortune. Jake's decision to fish through the storm is the ultimate gamble. He's betting on his crew, his boat, and his own experience. But a 35-foot wave doesn't care about your mortgage. The storm strips away everything but skill, courage, and teamwork. For those who endure, the reward is survival, and a story for life. As the back end of the storm bears down, the outcome is still in doubt. The final cards have yet to be played.